Hey, it's a brand new day. It's a special day, in fact. And why is that? Because you're here, and this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. And today's a special day where we get to live another day to celebrate you, celebrate me, and to celebrate those we love. If you're just tuning in, all we ask is 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things, give or take, and 30 minutes of your time, give or take, that you need to know to live your best life or grow your business. How has your day been today? Has been pretty good. Have you been doing pretty well? Are things going good? Well, if so, I hope we can help it get just a little bit better today. And if today you're watching the Rundown with Ramon, maybe it hasn't been so great. Well, hopefully listening to the Rundown with Ramon, it can be just a little bit better. As I said, my name is Ramon Ray, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, and we got a show in store for you today. So let's get that show started right now. Ding, 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 ding. Tip number 1, how to create strong sales and marketing alignment in 2024, according to LinkedIn's global product marketing leader. Our friends at HubSpot have this down, and I thought it was very interesting to share it with you. From Tana Palombo Price puts it, the work that marketing does sets up the sales organization to do the part of the job that is theirs. You can't do one without the other. So the article goes into asking, why does sales and marketing alignment, why does it matter? Well, sales and marketing alignment are important because while it might seem like they're two separate organizations, guess what? They're not. Both teams fall under one go-to-market motion for your business, and I think that's important to get right. So how do you do this? So one is create goals that your sales and marketing teams can share. If they're fighting back and forth, if they're against each other like two kids fighting over a box of Crayola crayons, that's not so great. Oftentimes, marketing teams are gold on top of funnel metrics like traffic, leads, or brand awareness, but their job typically ends once they've created a net new contact for sales. Sales, on the other hand, they're gold on closing deals and driving revenue when, instead of separating them and making a big barrier, why not see how you can join these together and let the teams understand how these can be complementary? So people understand, yes, we need more traffic. Yes, we need more brand awareness. Yes, we need more visibility, but that's directing lining. We want the right traffic because then our leads and et cetera can be closed more. But the places I've seen sales and marketing alignment work most effectively is when there's goals are tied together and the teams are looking at revenue metrics across both sales and marketing together. So that's where this stands. Number 2, ask your marketing and sales team to create a buyer persona together. This is interesting. Don't keep the teams in silos and wondering, well, they're doing this, we're doing that, they're doing it like this, and we're doing it like that. No, the advice from LinkedIn's global product marketing leader is saying, hey, work together to understand and identify and create who the customer is. You would think that companies would do this better, but especially larger companies, this work is not easy. The alignment of sales and the alignment of marketing. While I'm at it, hey, shout out to my friend Adrian Miller, who's an amazing sales trainer. Shout out to Mark Schaefer, an amazing marketing leader, and more like that you can look into if you're looking for help with your team. So number 3, ensure marketers know which types of leads sales reps need in any given quarter. You don't just want to do marketing for the sake of marketing. However, I wonder, should you be helping them understand the types of leads that sales needs so you're driving in the right activity? The article reads that sales teams don't always need the same kind of targeted precision in the conversations they want to have. If their pipeline is full, they're having a lot of high-level conversations, and they have a limited need to close big deals. So it's important to understand that marketing understands sales, and sales understands marketing. She continues, who the LinkedIn product manager here is talking about, it's all about the right types of leads at the right time. And woo, listen to this, at the right velocity. Number 4, set up regular check-ins between your teams, the sales development reps and the business development reps. This is so you're in alignment. BDRs, SDRs focusing solely on prospecting and qualifying leads and pushing them farther down the sales funnel, which is why they're a vital part of the sales and marketing alignment. So you're hearing this recurring word here, which is what? Alignment, 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 alignment. So important. And and again, I want to quote the name right of this marketing leader. I keep getting her name wrong here. Her name is, again, seems like her, is Tanya Palombo Price, LinkedIn's global product marketing leader, quoting from her, just so you know when to give proper attribution. So we have setting up regular check-ins. What else comes in? Use those check-ins as a chance to educate both sides. Leave functions at the door. This is a good one. Leave the function at the door. The number 1 tip she'd give any business leader when it comes to sales and marketing alignment, her advice was simple: leave functions at the door. Number 7, keep track of every interaction your customer has with your company. So I hope this helps you understand as we're going along here, sales and marketing are important, but as we're learning here, they definitely should be aligned. If you're just joining me, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm glad you're here today. Ding, 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 ding. More people are being classified as gig workers, and that's bad for everyone, says an opinion here in the New York Times. Wow. Now, you can get into a lot of trouble for classifying your employees and your employers the wrong way. You can get into a lot of trouble by, even if you're hiring an outside firm and you're paying them, be very careful how it's being done. Denver Labor, the city's labor enforcement office, they are employees under the law in a big case between the city and county of Denver and a restaurant company. This can be issued as problems. You think you're hiring dishwashers and others as contractors, when actuality, they are full-on employees, so be careful. These 2 staffing companies place workers in a range of hospitality positions, including as servers, bartenders, line and prep cooks, and yes, dishwashers. The citation asserts that the companies misclassified the workers as independent contractors, and in doing so, violated the city's minimum wage ordinance and state law on paid sick leave. You want to be very careful before you step into this that you're doing things right. It's so very important. I want you to think about that and make sure you're doing it right and not wrong. This is important. I know these issues are not easy to, wouldn't say comprehend or understand. We're running our businesses, but I'm telling you, you got to get this right. Colorado's labor law defines an employee as any person who performs labor or services for the benefit of an employer. Factors that go into making that determination include the degree of control an employer exercises over the person and the degree to which the person's work is the primary work of the employer. By contrast, an independent contractor is considered, listen up, it's considered somebody who works primarily free of control and direction and is customarily engaged in an independent trade or business related to the services performed. I know. You're going, what? But it's pretty dry cut. If you want an employee, somebody you're controlling, somebody who has regular hours, etc., they're an employee. If it's a contractor, one thing I've noticed is that they have other clients. They can kind of set their work from time to time, and it's a bit looser. So dial this in. Be careful. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, helping you live your best life or grow your business. How this chef navigated an $80,000 turnaround for his business as our friends at Entrepreneur. Wow. Troy Gard, it says, was happy with being a top chef, but that was not profitable. Luckily, he was able to transition to business owner using tips from mentors and investors that helped him turn things around. Second takeaway here, asking for help can be extremely difficult for anyone, but Troy says it can be the difference between failure and success. This is important to keep in mind. As we're growing our businesses, it's important to be able to ask for help. If you're going alone, if you're doing it by yourself and trying to struggle day in and day out, it's no bueno. It's not so great. If you don't ask, you don't get. Recounting his own hesitations and seeking favors from vendors, he also underscored its benefits. Overcoming this reluctance led to profitable outcomes. His experience serves as a lesson in the entrepreneurial world, emphasizing the importance of proactive engagement and leveraging relationships to enhance business prospects. This is absolutely important. If you don't ask, you don't get it, emphasizes Troy Gard. I used to hate asking my vendors for stuff. They're going to give it to me. All I have to do is ask. So my question to you is, sometimes do you find it hard to ask? Do you find it hard to get help? I encourage you, even though it may be difficult, even though you may not want to do it, it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask for help. My friend, Alexander Carter has an amazing book out. I won't show it to you right now, but it's on my shelf right there. It says, Ask for More. Slightly different takeaway, but she's talking about the art of negotiations. If you want something, you have to be willing to ask for it. Ask for more. Make the ask. The worst that can happen if the person says no. The best that can happen is the person says yes. And if they say yes, you're on your road to whatever you wanted. If they say no, what does that mean? You can always negotiate. You can always come back later. So asking can't hurt. And again, our friends at Entrepreneur do this. Ask, ask, ask. He recognizes the power of digital platforms in conveying messages and creating connections with the audience. This is important to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Ding, 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 ding. They're in your group chat, but are they really your friends? The internet has changed friendship. I wonder this myself sometimes. We have all these groups, all these connections we're in, but who's really a friend? Who's not? Now, I know my sisters, and if I had brothers, my mother, if I had a father, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I have a father who passed away. But my point is, I know my family, I know my long-term friends. I get them. They're real friends. But people who you see online, people who you've never seen before, are they really your friends? A Wall Street Journal article says, connecting with people is even easier now, says Katie Davis, a development scientist and director of the University of Washington's Digital Youth Lab. But managing our many relationships on our smartphones can get messy, she says, especially when different aspects of our lives intersect. That can cause some anxiety and stress. It isn't enough to just acknowledge that technology has changed friendships. So what are the different types of people there are? One thing the Wall Street Journal talks about is these things called, or these type of people called, wallflowers. They must wake up every day and just look at all the Facebook notifications of birthdays, and Jen just goes say happy birthdays. Those are called the wallflowers. You haven't really exchanged words or conversations with them. They're just there. You have here the likers. Maybe you can only count a few social media compadres as true friends, but you've kind of bonded. So these are people that give you a false sense of staying in touch, but I don't think it's quite true. They just kind of boop, 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 and hit like on different things. So only in groups. A Wall Street Journal article says, the rise of chat apps brought us the group chat and its own funny social constructs. Everyone has a role to play. There are conversation starters, message reactors, lurkers, and observers in our groups. While you might already be tight with some members of a group, there are always others just outside your orbit. There's the giveaway gang. I'm curious, what's the giveaway gang? It's a special friend who lets you tag them, no questions asked, in the off chance you'll win. So this is about people just tagging. Meme Migos. Memes have become a language unto themselves. Chances are you have friends who speak the same meme dialect as you. I guess you guys just kind of like the same memes. Couch sitters, maybe people who are in your home or in your area. They are your friends. You see them in person, but really, when you're even in person, you're just on your phones together. Please do disturb. This is an interesting category. If someone's phone is in the do not disturb mode, it's usually for a good reason. Your friend might be on a work deadline, enjoying some screen face downtime. So interesting. I really just get irritated that someone had me on do not disturb. FaceTime anyway, people. Pen pals, interesting, and on and on and on. My question for you, in this world of online connectivity, in this world of online engagement, do you have friends who are just online and you wonder if they're truly your friends or not? Do you have friends that you engage with and you really know they're your friends because you've met them in person? I'm curious, what kind of people do you have in your life or not have in your life? Interesting article here from Fast Company. Scientists just invented an EV battery that can fully charge in 5 minutes. Woo! When it comes to electric vehicle adoption, consumers still have lots of questions about their batteries. What is their mile range? How long do they take to charge? How does charging affect the battery's life long term? Researchers at Cornell University have made a battery breakthrough they say could assuage these concerns. The researchers created a lithium battery that can charge in under 5 minutes while still delivering a stable performance through repeated charging and discharging cycles. Interesting. 5 minutes. The article goes on. Lithium-ion batteries have been popular for electric vehicles because they're lightweight, energy efficient, have a long life battery. Fast chargers can charge an EV in as little as 30 minutes, while level 1 chargers, often found in residential homes, take more than 40 hours. So listen, there's a lot of debate on the charging and not, but 5-minute charging changes the game. Drivers may not need to worry about how many miles their EV battery can last on one charge because now you can charge it in 5 minutes, kind of like pumping for gas. So I could go on and on here, but I think that's an interesting discovery, interesting announcement, because EV cars are the future. Gasoline cars are still here. Many people do love them. I think it's going to get time for us to get used to that, but EV is here and they're not going anywhere. The question is it for you or is it not? Ding, 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 ding. A new model predicts how shoe properties affect a runner's performance. Interesting. Now, why is this interesting? You may think, Ramon, what does that have to do with business? What does that have to do with life? Well, here's what it has to do. Innovation's important. We cannot escape innovation. And the more we get used to innovation, the better off we'll be. So this is MIT News talking about a good shoe can make a huge difference for runners, from career marathoners to couch to 5K first timers. But every runner is unique. So a shoe that works for one might trip up another. Interesting. MIT engineers are hoping to change that with a new model that predicts how certain shoe properties will affect a runner's performance. All you runners out there, this is interesting. This simple model incorporates a person's height, weight, and other general dimensions, along with shoe properties such as stiffness and springiness, boink, 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 along the midsole. With this input, the model then simulates a person's running gait or how they would run in a particular shoe. This is interesting. So I guess now that they have this, they can make shoes, I guess, that are better for us runners and sprinters in 3D and start pumping those suckers out. Listen, I'm not a runner, I'm not a sprinter, but I like innovation, and I think this is pretty cool. Again, if you're just joining me, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. What we try to do in 30 minutes, give or take, is help you live your best life or start or grow your business. Now, this is crazy. inside the competition for the world's richest shoppers. I'm just your average middle class Joe. But did you know 20 people sipped champagne at Lincoln Center's David H. Koch, I think it is, or Koch Theater, as members of New York City Ballet rehearsed the Nutcracker. So, rehearsing the Nutcracker, people are shipping champagne in Lincoln Center. How do you do this? They were all guests of My Teresa, an online luxury retailer that has 2 stores in Germany. It's pretty simple. These are people who've segmented. These are high rollers who have unlimited, as it were, money to spend, and they know they want to pay for a great experience. They want to feel pampered. They want to feel special. They want to get experiences that nobody else has. And they delivered. You get to sip champagne by seeing practices of the Nutcracker in a cool venue. Gucci and Brunello Cucinelli are opening invitation-only boutiques in cities that include LA, Milan, Paris, and New York. Louis Vuitton is in this game, and many, many others. Listen, I would do this too. At my age, it's harder to meet people, and the cool factor is harder to beat, said Lisa Scher-Chambers, a 57-year-old stylist who lives in Manhattan and has made friends through these experiences. These are experiences that you just can't buy. You just can't buy them. So how can you build an experience that is life-changing that you just can't get anywhere else? So as you're growing your business, I want you to think about VIP experiences for VIP customers and think, what can you do to delight your customers? As I go through this, it's crazy. Lastly, some airlines have made it harder to acquire status, particularly for lower tier customers, after loosening rules during the COVID pandemic gave too many people access to special perks. So you have to change the game. Everybody wants access. So how do you make things more special? A longtime Neiman Marcus shopper lost the diamond from her engagement ring after celebrating her 30th anniversary last year. The retailer paid for first-class airline tickets for her and her husband from their home in San Francisco to New York, put them up for 3 nights in December at the Baccarat Hotel, decorated with the French company's crystals, including 17 chandeliers and a display of 2,000 glasses at the entrance. Woo! The couple had a private shopping appointment at the showroom of Bayco Jewels, one of Neiman Marcus's suppliers, where they purchased a new diamond for her engagement ring and a yellow diamond for another ring. That, my friend, you're talking about is first class, amazing, amazing service. Listen, you may not have a lot of money to do a lot of things for your customers. You may not, but it doesn't take a lot of money to delight your customers. Oftentimes it takes thought. It takes thought. What can you do to make them feel special? That's the thing. That's the challenge to you. What can you do to make them feel special? Ding, 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 ding. The vital art of talking to strangers. The Economist had an article here about talking to strangers. It's something I do quite often on airplanes around the world. You may not be comfortable talking to any old stranger, and I'm not suggesting everybody do that. But oftentimes when I'm traveling, when I'm in first class, business class, or any seat in the plane, when I'm on a train, when I'm doing something like that, I kind of lean over and say, hey, my name is Ramon. I'm here because of this, that, and the other. Why are you here? It's interesting the people you meet in different areas you're at just by saying one simple word, hi. Just by saying hi, making a connection to somebody else. One of my most popular talks is called this, Human Connections in a Digital World. The more and more things we can do to talk to humans, to talk to people, the better and better it is. Now, sometimes you can get jacked up and get caught up in it. So maybe it's not for you all the time, but there's an art to talking to strangers. Listen, I was with Master P, an iconic rapper, Master P, and he shared some lessons on business and life. And I wanted to share that with you today. If you don't know Master P, look him up. But he said, never do business when you're desperate. He said, know your worth. When you have money, don't tell people you have money. By the way, if you're liking these tips, you can just go to zoneofgenius.com and look up Master P, zoneofgenius.com, and then do a search on Master P. When you have money, don't tell people you have money. Number 4, he says, invest in yourself. Number 5, don't spend money on stupid stuff. Number 6, know your business and know your industry. Get your first fan and then grow from there. Talent is only a small part of business success. Consistency is what people want. Don't be afraid to put the work in. Stay humble and hungry. Everyone wants to be the boss until they got boss problems. The power of multiple revenue streams. Consider your losses to be a lesson. Change your mindset towards risk. Be able to adapt and come back again. Lessons from the one and only iconic Master P. I hope you're enjoying this episode of The Rundown with Ramon. $32 million gets you an island in Puerto Rico. Larry Page bought Larry Page, the founder of Google, and well-deserved to do this, by the way. Reportedly, he is at least the 5th island he owns, and it cost $32 million to buy the island. You can just look up how you buy an island. I'm sure you go to the country and give them some money, and they give you a deed just like anything else. But here's the bottom line. Is an island for you? Is it not? I don't know. I wouldn't mind buying an island, but buying an island, that means you have to have the upkeep. You have to take care of it. You got to get the police. You got to get the sanitation. So maybe it's not. But if an island is for you, DM me on Instagram. Island, yes. If an island is not for you, DM me on Instagram. Island, no. Once again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you're here today. Have an amazing, amazing day. And go talk to somebody and let them know that you care. Thanks for listening to The Rundown with Ramon.